The New England Patriots just proved this to the NFL. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out that content. People just like you who love Patriots football, especially after a big win against a division rival in the New York Jets and trash Aaron Rodgers. Gosh, I'm on cloud nine right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, today what we're going to be talking about, game breakdown, the good, the bad, the ugly. If you've watched this channel, we talk about it all. As well, at the end, we're going to break down the schedule going forward. Again, yes, we're going to talk about Drake May and his concussion and how long he will most likely be out for that. But when it comes down to it, this is a huge win for the New England Patriots moving forward, boosting morale. So, ladies and gentlemen, what the heck? Let's jump into it. So first things first, the New England Patriots just showed the NFL, 1, they can persevere, 2, they got grit. They could have rolled over, given up. There was a lot of people say, a lot of media, when a team is 1-6, a lot of people start pointing fingers. A lot of people get Twitter fingers, start posting stuff, start acting like idiots. But when it comes down, they galvanized. They went and played the New York Jets, a team they lost to 24-3 earlier on in the season in Foxborough. There was plenty of times they could have rollen over and given up in this game. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I thought they were gonna do it myself a few times. But again, they put their foot down and they fought, they persevered, and they showed that grit, and they showed the NFL, hey, we're not rolling over, we're not giving up, and we're not tanking. So I think that is huge news for the New England Patriots. Let's jump into this game. So first and foremost, Aaron Rodgers, listen, he's probably going to retire after this year. Unless he can go somewhere else, I do not see him playing again after this. Comment below if you agree. The reason being is this: look at the weapons on this team. Offensively, Garrett Wilson is a dog. He's a stud. Davante Adams, just acquired, dog, stud. Breece Hall, awesome. Allen, great. They have the weapons on this team. Why aren't they able to move the ball? Why are they 2-6 now? They have the same record as the New England Patriots, a team that everyone expected to be trash. At the beginning of the year, I think I even said I could see the Jets being really good. And I think I even said I wouldn't be surprised if they got Davante Adams. Now you look at this team, they are garbage. They are not good. And I think them realizing, okay, we got rid of our head coach. We're making a desperation call. Yeah, yesterday I said it was like you're on the Titanic and you have all this hope, the boat starts sinking and you start throwing out you're trying to figure out everything you can to make sure this boat doesn't sink. Even the captain jumps off. I think I said that yesterday. But when it comes down to it, this boat is sinking. It is going to be at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. It is trash. And the New England Patriots showed that as well to the NFL. So let's jump into it. First of all, the New York Jets, in most offensive categories, outplayed the New England Patriots. But again, when the Patriots needed to make stops, they made stops, which was huge. And as well, we can't forget that missed PAT. If that PAT was not missed earlier in the game, it is probable, if we continued on this game, that either one of two things would have happened. Let's just play a hypothetical. Either the New England Patriots, they score that last touchdown, they kick the PAT, they tie the game, they send it to overtime most likely, or what happens is the New England Patriots go for 2, land the 2, and win the ball game. But again, that kick, you go back to that PAT, that is one of those moments in the game that was pivotal, and it really was the demise of the New York Jets in the long run. So as well, we look at total plays. The Patriots could not... They didn't 247 yards. We'll look at individual stats. There we go, Aaron, in a second. But you see the Jets 336 yards, Patriots 247. They had more first downs. But the one thing the Patriots did not do, if you could tell, even though they weren't crazy when it came to rushing, they had 111 rushing yards as opposed to 112 for the Jets. They did not give up on the rushing attack. They did not give up on it. And honestly, defensively, I feel like at times they actually did a good job stopping the run. But you look at that, they did not give up. I believe, again, when we look at the individual stats, Ramondre Stevenson had 20 carries, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns, actually catching it out of the backfield, especially on that 2-point conversion, which was awesome. Again, That first drive reminded me a lot of the Jacksonville Jaguars' first drive. They went down the field. They had me excited. They had me thinking, wow, look at Drake May. He's playing well. And he scores that rushing touchdown. And let me reiterate, Drake May is the much, much better quarterback with still room to grow. He is going to be a great quarterback. He's going to come back. He's going to be all right from this concussion. I do think if he's still in the game, it's possible that the Patriots, they pull away and win possibly by 10 plus points. I honestly think they were on that roll offensively. I think Jacoby Brissett slowed it down at times. There were some pivotal drops by Butte, who dropped one. We'll get to him in a minute as well, because he ended up somewhat being a hero. Thornton had a drop, and as well, I believe it was Pop who had a drop. Comment below. I can't remember. I don't have it in my notes. But again, wide receivers at time struggled with drops, but down the stretch, we're going to talk about it, they came in big. As well, look down at the turnovers. The last game against the Jets won the turnover battle. It was just a fumble, but still. And so when it comes down to it, the Patriots had the possession, looked great, and man, it was good. Individually, and let me say this, keys to the game first, Christian Ellis, dog. Christian Ellis, absolute dog, stepping up, especially when you have all these different position players gone and the defense looking much different than it did at the beginning of the season. 9 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 2 QB hits, and then a pass breakup. Huge. Do not forget also, a lot of times people think statistics. We got to look at statistics. Christian Gonzalez, for the most part, locked down Devontae Adams and had a good game in that aspect. So very impressive by Gonzo. Hunter Henry led the team, I believe, when it came to receptions. He had 5 on 6 targets. That's solid. Veteran getting out there and getting the ball and playing well, especially he had some big catches. He had some big catches on key third downs or whatever it might be. He loves finding that seam. I'll tell you that. He loves finding the seam, and he's good at it, and I love that play written up by AVP. Again, AVP, I think this game right here is one of those games where it's like this kind of helps get you off that hot seat. I think he's sitting down, and he's like, that seat's feeling a little hot. I think it's cooling off just a tad bit for him. Not fully, but just a tad. Other big keys to the game, wide receivers down the stretch catching the ball. Main word, catching the ball. Kayshon Boutte, we talked about him this week. I made a video on him this week and I think last week. I think he's coming into his own. I wish he would have scored that touchdown in the end. Don't get me wrong. I love that Ramondre scored. But again, Kayshon Boutte, he can play ball when he can catch it. If you would have, there was the drop he had, which was not ideal, but down the stretch up the sideline, he made that catch, and then that quick slant where he had the leverage on the DB where his knee was down. And honestly, I thought he immediately thought he scored. It was one of those things where he came in clutch. Thornton, he had that one drop, but besides that, he had two big catches. That was great for the Patriots, especially that one down the stretch. Ramondre Stevenson catching it out of the backfield was big for the Patriots as well. Usually that's someone, Antonio Gibson, you see doing that. Was not the case. KJ Bourne, with all of his Twitter fingers, had 1 catch. Demario Douglas did, there was times where he was hitting that slant, and honestly, when Jacoby came in, I wasn't surprised he didn't see the ball much, just because if we remember, when Jacoby was starting, Douglas didn't see the ball that much. It was when Drake May came in, and Hunter Henry saw the ball much more with Jacoby Brissett. So these stats really don't surprise me too much. Again, defensively, we look down here. Christian Ellis, dog. Look at that stat line, just dog. And I think the defense really, honed in at times and really showed like, hey, we came to play. And even with, Duggar out, Bentley hurt, Barmore hurt, Judon gone, Jabril Peppers, whatever. They came. They persevered. That's the word of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Persevered. Now, again, I think this was a great team win. Now, grading it, I'm not going to go out there and say they got an A+. They didn't get an A+. I would say, again, defensively, I would say it's probably B+. Offensively, I would probably say the same area, maybe more trending towards B, but they scored when they needed to score. Honestly, I will say this as well. Sorry, I'm all over the place a little bit. at that last drive, I was like, oh, I think we're going to lose. I think we're going to lose. Just because I was like, we're not going to be able to get the ball down the field. Remember against like the Dolphins, it was just like, this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. So again, they proved us wrong. Fun game to watch, especially when you win in the end, especially when you beat the Jets, a divisional rival. Was awesome. Now, last but not least, what I want to jump into is the rest of the schedule. So again, they still have they have a easier stretch here. Now, hear me out. I'm not going to say they're going to go out a run where they just start, they pop off all these wins and somehow make the wild card. I'm not saying that at all. Tennessee just got absolutely obliterated by the Detroit Lions. That's at Tennessee, sure, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Tickets are $46. People aren't going to show up, all right? So it's possible that you're going to have a decent amount of Patriots fans, especially Nashville, Transit City. You never know. But that game, that's a winnable game. The Bears, it depends who wants to come and play for the Bears, because the Bears have the potential to be good, but again, they've showed at different times that they're not great. Los Angeles Rams, one, they have no fans. Two, Matt Stafford is a great quarterback, but they still have a lot of question marks on that team. They have not played to their full capacity. Granted, they do have Puka and Cooper Kupp back, but Cooper Kupp, there's rumors he could be traded. Who knows? I even heard a rumor about the New England Patriots. Didn't talk about it just because I was like, I don't even think it's worth it. But again, Miami, Colts, Arizona, all those teams, run of the mill. I think they could sneak out a couple more wins down this stretch. Bills, Chargers not great this year. Bills finishing the last 3 games. You have to play the Bills twice. That is kind of tough. I will tell you that. But again, I would not be surprised if they could sneak out some wins there. Again, what a win today by the New England Patriots. Perseverance, grit, and being able to get this solid team win. Preparing for the Tennessee Titans coming up this next week will be awesome, and I look forward to it. Enjoy this Sunday in this week with a Patriots win. You guys rock. On the way out, find that subscribe button, hit it. Appreciate it. We'll talk later. Peace.